This guy's going to end his career at some point with the Dallas Mavericks. He's Dirk Nowitzki, entering his 21st season with the Mavs. Dirk, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. Good. Long time no hear.
Yeah, I know. But the circus is back in town, so I'm glad.
You know it.
It's still one of my favorite stories. I even say that to Cuban all the time. I said, man, when Dirk walked into practice that day and he saw me shooting around, and then you said the circus is in town, and then Cuban goes, yeah, he does that when anybody's in there shooting around who's not supposed to be shooting around.
Yeah, that wasn't actually nothing personal against you, but you kind of took it personal for the last 16 years. But, that was kind of the saying at the time. We're like, stick a tent over this place. It's a circus. Because, there's always, if you're an NBA franchise, every day there's something you don't expect. So it's always, that's something me and Nashi always used to say. And so, of course, when you play horse down there with little Avery, that was one of the sayings that came out, and it stuck with you.
Yeah. Do you hold a grudge? Like, do you have anything that you've held on to, basketball-wise?
Not really. There's certain things that get you riled up a little bit during the game, but I think usually after the game that's forgotten, and then on the next one. As you know, there's just so many games coming each week, and it's kind of hard to really pick out one game. But there's obviously big games where you feel a little more juiced up than just the regular Tuesday night game somewhere on the road. But I don't really hold grudges or anything.
Do you have a rivalry, player-wise?
When we were just starting to get really good, it was we saw Sacramento Kings every year in the playoffs. With in the old arena there with the cowbells behind, with Peja and Weber and Divac. We saw them at least 3-4 times in the playoffs. That was awesome. Then obviously the Spurs are so close to us here, and they always kind of beat up on us. And then in '06 we finally came through and beat them there in Game 7. So those were some fun memories there of teams we saw in the playoffs really almost every year, and those were the good old days for us. But since then, we've been struggling a bit. We haven't really been a playoff team, so it's kind of hard to say we got a rivalry if you can't make the playoffs.
How does the conversation go with you and your wife when you decide that you're going to come back for your 21st season?
She knew it. She knows it's still what I love to do. It's and in the summer I try to be obviously here for the family. We got 3 little kids now, so try to spend as much time as I can, because obviously in the winter or during the season, the family does have to sacrifice a lot. But she knows, once my career is over, which will be fairly soon, then I got all the time in the world, and we're going to travel some and enjoy some stuff that I wasn't able to do during my playing career with the kids, like go skiing and just fun stuff like that. Is we're going to do and enjoy each other's company for the rest of my life. But as of now, I still want to play at a high level, and that means a lot of working out and getting ready for the new season.
What did Steve Nash, he's been out for a while, and I know that, he had to retire because of his back, among other things.
Mm-hmm.
But what's Nash say about you coming back for another season?
He likes it. We actually just texted about something. Mark Cuban's turning 60 next week, so he's having a big bash. So we were texting about that for a bit, but no, he's obviously excited for me, and we talked a little bit about retirement already. There's a couple of my friends that have retired a few years ago, like Finlay, Nash. I talked to Mike Modano about it, just about retirement, what's coming, and they all say, hey, the first year or two is tough. You're gonna miss it. You're gonna miss everything about the locker room and the competition, and I think that's normal. You just try to prepare already now for some stuff that you got going, that once you're out, that you stay busy a bit and obviously enjoy the family. But he said whatever you do, the first year, once the summer is fine, and then September, October rolls around, you're supposed to go to camp, and there's just nothing coming. That's got to be extremely strange.
What do you buy Cuban for his 60th birthday?
Yeah, as we all know, he's not really a materialistic kind of guy. He walks around with his old jeans and his MFFL shirt and his old Skechers or whatever he's wearing there, and he doesn't really love buying things for himself, and he just doesn't. That's not how he rolls. So I have no idea. I'm still thinking about it. So maybe somebody else has some input. But usually my wife has pretty good ideas. But on this one, we're kind of dumbfounded.
How about just some more tight T-shirts? I think that.
Yeah, tight T-shirt. You know what he rolls with a lot of sleeveless shirts. You know that. So I kind of told him, hey, you turn at 60, it's time to wear some sleeves. But I'm not sure. Maybe we'll get him a nice little sleeveless shirt.
He's Dirk Nowitzki, the Mavs forward, going into his 21st season with the Mavs. Do you know where you stand on the all-time scoring list?
I know that I'm about to be 7, unfortunately.
With LeBron? Yeah, LeBron's going to get you.
In the last couple of years, the locker room is ruthless. So, you got to check your feelings at the door every day. You're going to get killed about shoes and outfit and this and that. So the guy's already been calling me 7 for the last year because they obviously saw how fast LeBron is coming. But I'm holding on strong. But no, it's obviously, when I started 20 years ago, I never would have thought I'd be up there with some of the greatest that ever played this game. So it's still humbling and obviously an honor to be mentioned with some of the greatest in the game. So that's just awesome.
What did you think of LeBron going to the Lakers?
I didn't see that coming, actually, but it's great for the Lakers. They want to build another dynasty. They had a few down years, and that when LeBron goes there, it's going to be a destination again for other free agents, and it's going to be great for the league. It's always great in the league when the Lakers and the Knicks are great. Boston, those old school teams when they're great, usually it's great for the league. So. It's going to be fun, but the West is, stacked. That's why I thought he might stay in the East. But the West is super, super loaded. Every night it's going to be fun to compete.
Kevin Durant, I don't know if he's overly sensitive. Do you follow any of this stuff on social media with Kevin Durant? He's not afraid to engage.
I don't follow him on Twitter, but obviously it's tough not to see what's going on. And I just think overall, in general, I don't know why you would get engaged with fans talking trash. I like having actually fun with it. I get hit up on Twitter every now and then. My mentions, hey, you're old, go away, retire, or something like that. To me, it's fun. You're not supposed to be sensitive about it. That's how I look at it. And I'm not sure why Katie feels the need to respond to some of the stuff. Because, it's just Twitter is just such a place for tough guys and a lot of hate. And, I take it with a smile on my face. You can't take yourself too serious on there.
Yeah, it's, I know you had fun. Well, you were trying to have fun when Germany got knocked out of the World Cup.
Oh, wow. Why are you bringing that up?
Well, no, I'm just saying that you kind of had fun a little bit with it, that you expressed your feelings. It was going to take you a little while, I think, to respond after. How painful was that? Yeah,
that was tough. I feel like, the run-up, we won 4 years ago, and then I think once you're on the top, as we all know, all the athletes, to stay on top is really, really hard. And I think where the guys are, some of the players, some retired, some, where the world champs called that for 4 years. And then I don't think we had that edge. I don't think we played that well even coming into the tournament, the last couple of games. I think we even lost to Austria at home 2 weeks before the tournament. So it's just we weren't quite on it. And everybody still said, hey, we're usually a tournament team. Once the tournament starts, we'll turn it around. And then it just wasn't there. Couldn't score enough goals. So it was unfortunate. It's unfortunate, but to me it was still a fun World Cup to watch. There were some great surprises, some great teams. Loved watching Croatia. A country of whatever 12 million people or something.
I think like 4 million.
Really, I'm not even sure, but just amazing stories and fun to watch.
If your kids are good at soccer, do we get them as Americans, or does Germany get them?
Honestly, they're already all so tall. like daddy. It was tough for me to play soccer. I mean, everybody kicks around a little bit growing up, but I was just not very good. They always say, "Hey, Dirk, you want to play goal today?" I think that was that was a hint. Like, "Hey, Lurch, you can't get your feet together. We can't need you on the pitch." But I think they're going to be better in other things. They already started to play tennis a little bit, which is my number one sport, which I loved to play growing up, and so we put them in some tennis and obviously some basketball later on. But
were you a Boris Becker fan?
Oh, Boris and Steffi Graf, are you kidding me? I mean, they were heroes growing up in Germany. And then Michael Stich, who won Wimbledon one year too. So, yeah, we had a couple great tennis guys there, a great generation there for a while. It was fun to watch.
Have you met them, Becker and Steffi?
I met Boris numerous of times. I've been to Wimbledon a couple of times because, like I said, I'm a huge tennis fan, and so I met Federer, met Boris, I met a bunch of people in the tennis world, and it's really love that. I have not met Steffi yet.
You didn't have her poster up on your wall, did you, growing up?
I'm sure. At that point when I was like 12, 13, I was already a huge NBA fan, so I think it was an NBA dominant room picture-wise, but I might have snuck one or two tennis pictures in there.
If I said you could be an all-time great, obviously basketball, but soccer, or tennis. So let's say you had a do-over. You already know you already know your NBA career, but I have magic dust I can sprinkle on, and you can be a Boris Becker type, or you can be pick out somebody in soccer that you can be. What would you have chosen as your sport?
Oh, I mean, that's tough. I mean, I love hoops. I love everything about it because that's why I stuck with it when I was like 13. Every day you can learn something new, and if you watch a game, like, oh man, that's cool. I want to learn how to do that. I mean, there's just so many possibilities in that sport that I loved, and it also came obviously easy to me because I was always tall. But I mean, soccer is such a global sport. It is amazing. I mean, if you're a soccer star, you've obviously made it anywhere in the world but the U.S. But I don't know. That's a tough call. But I guess I would do it again the way I did.
Are you a Dallas Cowboy fan?
I didn't grow up with baseball or football. So when I got here, I got introduced to obviously the Rangers and the Cowboys. So it's kind of easy for me to root for the local teams because I didn't grow up having teams. So I had it easier than when other guys could come here and they obviously grew up watching other teams, and then it kind of makes them seem like they're not loyal to the community here or whatever. That wasn't the case for me. I never grew up watching football or baseball, so it made sense for me to just root for the local teams. So that was easy, and it's been a heck of a ride for those franchises, and hopefully on the upward, and hopefully bringing some championships back soon here to the Big D.
Have you? What do you think of Luka Dončić?
I've met him right after the draft. We flew him in for the press conference, and I was there. I met him. So seems like a great kid. Have never seen him play live a full game. Obviously, I've seen some highlights. But, this guy's the limit. He's only 19. He's got unbelievable court vision already. He can score. He can pass. He's big enough. He's actually legit 6'9" when I stood next to him. He can make plays off the bounce. I think he's got a great basketball IQ. The question is at the 1, 2, or whatever he's going to play, is he quick enough? Can he keep up with some of the athletes we have in our league? But I think he's going to be fine. He's smart, and he'll learn. And he's eager to learn. He works hard, and so I think he'll be a great pickup for us. And obviously, with DeAndre rolling to the rim, that's going to hopefully open up some stuff for us. So I think we're going to be better than we were last year, obviously. And hopefully, we can bring maybe some playoff basketball back to Dallas. That'll be fun. Do
you have a posterized dunk? I was thinking about this when we were going to have you on. I was like, I wonder if Dirk has a signature dunk where you look back and you show the kids, like, look at Dad throwing down. Do you have one?
Yeah, Yeah, so I think I got posterized more than I was doing the posterizing. I was just never known for my explosiveness and my hops at the rim, but there is one that every time the guy, it's hard for me to come in after a game. We practice at 10:30 in the morning after a game. I look so stiff, and obviously the guys just absolutely kill me. So then once in a while I feel the urge to pull up YouTube and at least show them a couple clips that I was able to move. Because some of these young guys, they don't know me when I was 20, 21. So I'll pull up a few things, say, hey, you better check YouTube. I do hit him with that once in a while. And there's one dunk I'll always remember as in Seattle. It might have been my second or third year. I caught the ball on the baseline and I drove middle. And I think I had even my eyes closed, and I just went up and dunked one. So that's the claim of fame.
I got you dunking on Weber and Divac. You're going baseline. You remember that? Yeah,
I do remember that one. That was a little later, I think. I was already like 24, 25 at that point. But that was a good one, baseline. But look up the one in Seattle.
Okay.
I'm sure your producer's going to hook you up with that one. But that was my favorite.
No, I love that. We're firing up the grill. It's Meat Friday. If we were going to have German food, if you were barbecuing, what would you recommend? Well,
if you're in Germany, you got to have your bratwurst. I mean, that's a no-brainer. A bratwurst, maybe a little steak.
Okay.
Usually, when we do steaks in Germany, it's more pork. So it's pork steak.
What kind of beer are we having?
I mean, usually in Germany, all little towns have their own brewery. So even my hometown has a Würzburger Hofbräu, is a local brewery, and my dad probably kept that thing in business by himself for the last 50 years. I didn't love it much. It's a little bitter for me, so I'm not really that much of a beer guy. But usually you just go with, you can order the local beer. You're usually in good shape.
Who retires first, you or Vince Carter?
Oh, man. Actually, when I saw him this year in SAC, we both said, hey, I think we're going to do one more. So it's looking like we might retire together. But we'll see. We'll see how this year goes. See how the body feels. I had surgery in April right after the season on my ankle, a little clean-out job. So as you would expect at 40, it's healing a little slow. So we'll see how this season goes. But, hopefully maybe it'll be fun to retire together. We came in together. We played together. He's a great dude. We had a lot of fun. So that would be actually a fun little thing.
Well, congrats. And hopefully the wife and kids enjoy this upcoming season. Certainly the Mav fans as well. But good to talk to you again, Dirk.
Okay. I appreciate it, Dan.
All right. That's Dirk Nowitzki. The circus is in town. He's fun, though.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV or download the Dan Patrick Show app.